Now, let's get some more on Glasgow and find out what's happening there, because it seems to have fallen apart before it's even started. Ted O'Brien is a Liberal member for the Queensland seat of Fairfax. He joins us from Queensland. Thanks for joining us, Ted. There's a statement that came out of the G20 in Rome. I thought they couldn't help but dabble into the climate issue while they were in Rome. And the statement clearly has the major emitters, China among them, and I think Russia as well. So they've stopped short of signing up to net zero by 2050. That was supposed to be the whole shebang. They've said, well, they'll go to net zero somewhere around in the middle of the century.
Well, lo and behold, communist China and Russia have decided not to sign up to 2050 net zero. And Chris, where is the left in Australia? Where are those lions roaring against our own Prime Minister? Where are they now? Silent, absolute silence.
They are silent, but this is
there's too many useful idiots in Australia.
Yeah, sure. People should be criticising China and Russia because that was supposedly the bare minimum that anyone had to sign up to. But what about your own government then? This is what always concerned me about Scott Morrison going through so much pain to make this public pledge to net zero by 2050. Oh, we argued on this program, some of us saying that you should wait until Glasgow and see what unfolds. And even just wait until now, he would see that there are major countries, the biggest emitter in the world, not signing up to that target. So why should Australia?
Chris, I've got a bit of a different view on that. I think the difference with what Scott Morrison has done is he has set a target with a very clear plan. Most of the countries that have signed up to net zero by 2050 don't have a plan. And that plan is not going to be legislated. And that's why a lot of people, including overseas experts, apparently, are criticising Australia because we will not legislate. And when they say that, legislation is code for carbon tax. They want us to tax our way through this. Now, after, you're right, a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, the Prime Minister has provided leadership, but he's done so in a practical way. And that's why I think it's the Australian way, because he said, we're not going to do this by taxing people. Technology will lead. That's the position we've been in for a government for a long time, and that's what he's taken internationally.
I just don't think you can argue that it's a practical plan when even the plan itself admits you can't get there on current technology. Just as the International Energy Agency says, this actually can't be done. So we've got Australia and other countries signing up to deliver something, promising to deliver something that they know at the moment can't be delivered. So it's completely on a wing and a prayer. But let's just put that to one side for a moment and talk about what's happened with Emmanuel Macron, blatantly saying that the Prime Minister lied to him over the nuclear submarine deal. Now, obviously, it was a big decision, and obviously France wasn't brought in on the discussions till right at the end, and they told it that it was a fait accompli. Did Scott Morrison lie to the French?
No, he didn't, and he's already made that very clear that those statements were untrue. You know, I think the big question here is, first and foremost, did the Prime Minister make the right decision to go nuclear subs? Did the Prime Minister make the right decision to join with Britain and the United States through a new partnership? The answer to both of those is yes. Then it comes to a question of what could have he done to ensure that the French did not feel as hurt as they do feel. Everyone's going to have a view on that, and the beauty of hindsight is everybody will be experts on that.
Well, it's pretty hard to let them know. It's such a state secret. It's such a massive deal and such a sensitive defence deal. You couldn't really tell the French before you announced it publicly. Anyway, just very briefly on that, are the French being too precious here? Ought Emmanuel Macron wind it back a bit?
Well, look, I think the more that the French speak up about this issue, I think the more people say, thank God they weren't brought in earlier.
Well done. All right, thanks for joining us, Ted. I appreciate it.
Pleasure, Chris.